Hello everyone, and welcome to Watercolors with Pepper. Today on the show, we're going to be testing some watercolors from Case for Making, and we're just going to jump right into it. Yeah. So when I was in San Francisco on a family trip, I stopped into the shop and picked up these 5 colors that are going to be featured in the video. 3 of them are no longer available, but the paint themselves are actually really good, and they have the same quality throughout all of them. So let's get started. The first one is Rouge Vermilion. That is the pink color that you see right there. Using it is very nice. All the paints, by the way, re-wet very nicely after being dried in the pans. And let's just say that is a plus for me. I love that feeling. As you can see in the video above or somewhere, if I'm looking off camera, I'm sorry. Anyhow, that is like a pink color. It's very nice. It's I wouldn't say it's opaque, but I would say it's semi-opaque or semi-transparent, however you want to say. I don't know, but it's really nice. The next one is French Vermilion. It's that deep orangish-like red. I actually like the color. I find it to be very pleasing for the most part. It mixes very well with the Rouge Vermilion, obviously. They're both vermilions. They're gonna mix together, folks. They're gonna mix together. When doing it though, I did it like on these like little test cards to see on how well they would actually mix together. Actually all of them. I didn't do a purple. I just took the reds and the yellow, mix that together, and then later you'll see me mix the yellow with the other 2 colors, and when we get to, oh look, it's the yellow, it's cobalt yellow, yeah. Very sad to see that they are not going to be stocking that online or in the store. I really like this yellow. It's a nice warm yellow. It's they call it cobalt yellow, which is like, for me, it made the French Vermilion like a very nice orange that I normally like. Love that type of orange. Now this is the cobalt blue that I picked up from them that they're not going to be using. Cobalt yellow, cobalt blue, we see where this is going. Alright, yeah, I picked up very complimentary stuff. That's a good thing if you want a limited palette. You want to do that way so that you can make sure that you are going to get exactly what you want every single time, every single outcome when you're using the paints. That's why I like, even though that these were limited run colors type deal for them, I still will expect the same type of feel and everything from their other paints when I pick them up. Hopefully soon when I get more money, because I have to have it shipped to me. The next one is Cobalt Green Oxide, which is a really nice deep greenish blue color. I really like this one. However, it is, for me, the way that it re-wetted, it was very opaque, but I actually like that really much. However, water it down, make it a little bit more transparent, and it blends well with the blue, obviously, because it's another cobalt. But at the same time, this is where I show the yellow mixing in with that, and it just, that yellow brings out like so many different types of colors of greens that you can mix with it, and it was very nice. And from seeing all their other products and seeing everything like that, and seeing that, because I follow them, I like the company, and so I started following them, and like, their colors are amazing. Like, they do use honey in their process for the binding agent, which I do well as my own for another video that you guys see if you go over to like my comic videos. The very first one shows me actually making paint, and I use honey in it. But I mean, it's great. Now here is the initial swatch card that I did, It's the cobalt green oxide, cobalt blue, cobalt yellow, French vermilion, and rouge vermilion. And this is when we just jump right into the little project. As you can see, there's 4 images on here that I'm going to be doing. I'm using this to test all of the handmade watercolor paints that I get, or if I get different types of watercolors that I want to try and I've never used before, and I kind of just want to use it kind of as a test sheet. This is an older character. Honestly, I don't know if I'd ever really develop her past the development stages that you can get, when you're late high school, early college, which was, like years ago. So, I mean, let's just start off, like, I have a zoomed out shot, obviously. I did that on purpose. I'm playing around with a little bit of the shots, angles, stuff right now because I got something so that I now can do that. It's going to be a little bit more interesting. I also did some things to my office recently. As you can see, this lovely backdrop, and to help with the noise issues that I've been having with the recordings. Anyhow, with this one, I went ahead and I was mixing the rouge and the French vermilion together for the background, and then you'll see that I actually mixed in with the cobalt yellow. I wanted like a more skyish red tone hue type deal in the background, but you'll see later on I do zoom in, so don't worry for all those who think that I'm zoomed out and it doesn't look as great. I have a zoom in now. I can zoom in and you're gonna see it. It's gonna be wonderful. Anyhow, if you're sick of me talking, well, guess what? I'm gonna stop right now. You get to see more of the process, and I will talk to you in a bit. Bye. And we're back, or at least I am. Anyhow, here's a close-up angle of that. So as you can see, I did, to a certain point, I recorded everything with the clothing being drawn, the back, you know, the lighting type deal, and the background being done. However, there's a front light. Yeah, I'm really weird. This was just a test. I just wanted to see on how it would go. I did not record my initial test, but this was more in depth. I wanted to test this out. As you can see, I did not get my mixing type stuff. However, what I will say is, if you saw the previous shot, you did see me mixing the colors. The mixing of the case for making cut watercolors, handmade watercolor paints, was very smooth, very clean. I did have a little bit of separation, but it was only when I started adding more, like basically when I added like the cobalt type tones with the red. I didn't have an easy time to have a cohesion. However, I did like the outcome. Like, I loved it. So it works for me. I know it's not gonna work for everyone. However, what I'm gonna say is just, you know, brush around, you know, like just brush it around. As you're working with watercolors, you will actually notice, like, if you move it around and it starts, the pigments started separating, even with handmade watercolors. You just quickly mix it around. Normally that goes away. You get you get the color back that you're desiring, and you can continue going on. So that's what I did. I did put a little bit of a heavier spot on some of them for the shadows for the skin. However, you'll see, like, there is a part of the skin, like, process, like that. There's like a spot of a little bit of yellow. You know what? I left it. Not gonna lie, kind of liked on how it came out, because it looked like, you know, a light from the back was, you know, reflecting, and I don't know. To me, it made sense. If it doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. But, you know, if I'm rambling too much, you can just, you know, tell me, but, or not. It's up to you. So, anyhow. So yeah, so the one thing that I can say is, as you just continue to watch, you will see that the whole process of me getting all, like, the little bits. And now this is a tiny portrait, obviously. Not really a portrait, just a tiny image. Yeah. But anyhow, I've been rambling too much, probably a bit too much for you guys. However, I've been told that I don't ramble. I don't know. I think I do. Yeah. Alright. Here's another song to enjoy. Alright. Bye. back again. So this is where I wanted to come just pop right back in. I had talked a little bit about, you know, me seeing the color variations and the separations of as I was trying to mix. However, I did like the outcome, and the reason for it being is it turned into this interesting, very interesting and lovely gray color that I'm using right now on kind of like in the background. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be trees, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna make it smoke, because it looks like she has like some sort of statue behind her floating, you know. So I'm actually looking at the screen down here, so sorry I'm not looking up here. I am completely weird. So anyhow, yeah, that's the color of mixing all 5 colors together, and I absolutely love it. Thank you, Case, for making it so easy for these to blend when working with them together. All right, thank you very much. Well, I'm back. Yeah, I'm gonna say that a lot. The defense mechanism. Yeah, anyhow. So this is the tail end of the video. I just wanted to come back and talk about the highlight process. Obviously, I use deleter whiteout ink, or basically you can replace that with white wash. I also use I think this is actually Dr. P.H. Martin's waterproof white ink, which essentially is whiteout. It's not, not the smelly kind, but the kind that's actually nice and good, and it works very well with watercolors. Anyhow, I just did this to kind of get a little bit more of a separation, kind of get the background, make things look a little bit more outstanding. If you see the pictures in social media, obviously you will see definitely the difference in moving forward of how things would taking pictures of and stuff like that. But I really do like on how this came out. So overall, like based off of the paints and how everything interact, including the inks that I laid down before, what I will say is majority of them, the majority of the paints, very easy to work with, very easy to go over everything. If I needed to lift it, it lifted very well, nicely. However, some of the, again, this goes into pigmentation. This is not the creators or generators of the watercolors themselves. The pigments themselves, some of them didn't lift up as much because, well, that's just the pigment. And yeah, but outside of that, if I really want to get a hand on some more of these colors, like I said, I have 5 of them. I think I want to get a couple more that would round out a simple palette. Not, you know, not like 6. I'm talking like maybe about another 3 or 4 to kind of round out the palette that is with this one. And that is up for me to research and see what they are going to be offering. But anyways, if you want to see their stuff or want to, you know, take a look, or if you're in the San Francisco area, just go over to Judah Street. You know, Judah, right over there. Yeah. Anyhow, I will talk to you all later. Have fun, and this is the end of the video. Bye.